Every single person in that building, our elected representatives, do not represent us in a democratic or even in a properly political way.
We won't be listened to, and the same tricks will keep going on, and your generation will come up and have to have the burden of all of that, of all the corruption that goes on in Parliament.
What do we want? Democracy! What do we want? Democracy! What do we want? Democracy! What do we want? What do we want? Democracy!
So, my name is Rory Payton. I'm a student in London. I study politics and history at the School of Oriental and African Studies. I guess the reason why I decided to start protesting, or my motivations behind it, are quite straightforward. I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to travel around the world quite a lot, and I've seen both, first world countries and unfortunately third world countries, and I've seen what poverty really is. Obviously, I've not experienced it, but I've seen it. You never hear the news saying, oh, there's these group of people over there who are protesting, like we're protesting, I think, especially with Occupy, like very noble things. We're talking about, keeping the NHS out of private hands, we're anti-war, we want to open up our democracy, like these aren't fundamentally scary things. I think these are very liberating and important things that I think most people want.
Growing stronger by the hour. Stronger by the hour. Power. 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 Power to the people.
I think my principal problem, let's say, with the UK government is the complete lack of democracy. So it's not just the UK government, it's the Western style of democracy in total. I mean, for us right now in the UK, democracy is voting once every, 4 or 5 years? I think it's 5 years. You vote once every 5 years, and that's about it. And you vote someone and they go and represent you in Parliament or wherever it is they represent you in the local councils. But once you've voted them, there is nothing to stop them from doing whatever they want.
Power! Power! Power to the people!
Power to the people!
I just find it so hard to not do something about it. I don't know what to do about it specifically, but I have to do something.
Because people are coming together to demand democracy peacefully, not violently, in a humorous way. People from different backgrounds with different beliefs are coming together for us for a basic fundamental right that we're told we already have. In Hong Kong, we're seeing people protest for democracy now. As Donica just told me, they're allowed tarpaulin in Hong Kong. Under communism, you can have tarpaulin and umbrellas. In Great Britain, under Cameron's democracy, this is not accessible to these protesters. I think that's a startling indictment of the state of democracy in this country today and democracy across the world.
My mindset is, completely changed with Russell Brand. Now I view him as someone who, really is really there to help us, and I think genuinely does believe in what we're doing. And he definitely, of course, has a place with us. And I really appreciate actually him helping us out and being there with his news camera or whatever it is he's doing. Like he helps us, he brings publicity that we otherwise wouldn't get, which is good.
My name is Alexandra Hewitt, and I attended my first Occupy Democracy protest after Rory Payton had asked me to come down and film this for him, because he had realised that no one was actually documenting what was happening, and to him and to lots of other people, they thought it was a very important event that was taking place and it needed to be documented. No one else was broadcasting it, no one else was filming it.
Because I think that right now a government that we didn't necessarily vote for because of the coalition is selling our freedoms for the private industry.
As the night went on, the police, I guess, grew tired of our presence, and they kind of just wanted to go home. They wanted us to go home as well. They wanted us to clear Parliament Square. So they became sort of meaner and less tolerant to what we were doing. They were herding us around like sheep, and they weren't explaining what they were trying to do. They were just being quite aggressive. Me and about 15, 20 other people were circled around by a group of policemen, big, riot policemen, who again were saying aggressive things, I think, and like looking aggressive and just generally being very hostile. this sort of circle of people weren't actually protesters, they were sort of innocent bystanders who accidentally got stuck in with all the protesters. And that was nerve-wracking because we didn't know what was going to happen, and I thought that because I was filming, I thought that that would maybe draw more attention to myself, because I didn't think maybe the police would want this to be on camera. Loads of people had brought their own signs and made them, and massive banners and stuff to get their own points across, which I thought was pretty cool because it made the protest stand out, because when people drove past, when people walked past, they could immediately see what the protest was about and what people were there for.
The idea of democracy is about the people that need to speak and the people that were dragged off of the fucking grass. That is a fucking metaphor for democracy. Because the ideology of Occupy is we will not go home.
More people need to know about it, and I think only then will it actually take effect. Right now it's at a point where, it's just getting started, and I think they've got a long way to go, because more people need to turn up, more people need to know about it, but I think it's going in the right direction.